Today we are going to start Python for programmers. So first of all, we should know some 3 questions about Python. The first question is, what is Python? That means, what is the Python programming language? Then the second question comes in our mind that what we can do with Python. That means if there are many other languages still there and Python is there, so what are the different benefits with Python? And the third question is, why Python? If there are so many high-level programming languages there, so why Python? Python is fastest growing programming language in today's environment, isn't it? So we can say why we are using Python, because it has made its position in a small amount of time. So it is not just for the software developers to use. It is for all scientists, data analysts, mathematicians, accountants, network engineers. And you know what? It's so easy language that everyone can, learn it. Even the small kids, can you imagine it? It's very easy language that small kids can also learn this at the beginning level. But this lecture is especially for the programmers. So that's the reason we will do the programming with Pycharm. First of all, we will go with what are the different, applications of Python. Python's different applications include data analytics or data visualizations related works. When there are many works related to visualization, you can say artificial intelligence, automations. Automation is the main application in Python. You can say that. And for a normal person, means for an average or a common person, we can say if you have to download a CSV file, you have to work with the Excel files, you have to work with PDF files, then you can use Python. Some more applications are there on the screen. You can see that we can use Python in different areas. But still, mind is confused again that if there are many languages, why? Because these all the applications which I already taught you can do with the help of other high-level languages. So what are the reasons to do with the help of Python? So we can say Python can solve the complex program in very less time and a fewer lines of codes are used. If we compare Python with the other high-level languages, isn't it? We know that we can do with the other programs also, or we can do the same thing with the high-level languages also. But why Python? Because our code is so simple in programming. If we take the case of C#, the program will be like this: console.write hello, this is my first program. For example, you have to print the same message in Java, you have to use system.out.println, isn't it? More complex. Now, if the case of Python is there, you can say it will print you hello, how are you, or hello, this is my first program. So print statement, you have to just use a single print statement, nothing more than that. So isn't it very easy? Some more, you can say, reasons why we are using Python. Python is an open source, open source, like Linux in our software. Linux operating system is an open sourse. Second, the reason is its high level features like GUI interaction. You can develop the high-end application as we discussed earlier, these high level language features are present in Python as well. Cross platform, that means if you develop an application in one environment in Python, you can run that application in the another environment. That means you can go for different architecture or different operating systems, right? Cross platform is that if you make an application in Windows, you can run that application in Mac also. So this is the main feature of, you can say, of Python. Hope all the doubts which were related to Python has been cleared. Okay, now next thing which is related to Python is how we can install the Python. So let's start with installing this multi-purpose and very simple programming language. For this, you have to open a web browser where you type Python, Python, Python. Automatically you will see Python website will be there, python.org. When you press enter, you will see the window which is displayed on the screen. Okay, now you have to search for downloads and where you find the latest version of Python. The latest version is 3.9.4. You click on that button, automatically downloading will start. You will see on the left bottom corner the downloading has been started. Now you have to wait for it. After downloading process will be over, we will double click on that exe file. That means now this file is an executable file. We have to double click on that. After clicking on that file, it will open into a window, isn't it? So a window will be appear for installation of Python. Now there are two options. One option is install now and the second one is customization of installation. So we have to install it for the first time. So we will click on what? Install now, isn't it? Now the installation process will start. You can see on the screen setup progress is there. It will automatically complete this green bar, and when the green bar will be complete, you have to wait for it for a while, and then after completing you can click the close button. Now you can clearly watch the window. After completing the green bar, you have to click where? You have to click on the close button. So setup was successful as the message is there. So our setup is complete. Now we have to click on window button, or you can say start button. So you will click there. Then you will find Python has been installed in your system. For installing Pycharm, we have to type Pycharm in the web browser and click the first link which is shown. After clicking, a window will appear. You have to click on download option. Then there are two options present where you have to choose community version, right? Professional version is only for the trial. So click on community version for the downloads. Okay. So after clicking on download, downloading will start and it will show me an executable file in the download folder. So you can see there is a Pycharm downloader. Now I have to install this onto my system. So Pycharm Community 2021.1.1. This is the current version. Now we have to double click on that. This window will appear. Okay. Now you have to click on next. You have to choose the destination where you want to, put this. You can change the destination also. Now you can choose the checkboxes according to your choice. So we have to use, Python extension .py, in the similar manner 64-bit launcher. So click on all options and then you have to click next button, isn't it? Then after you click on next button, it will start installing. After clicking on install button, you click on install button, automatically installation will start. So you can see on the screen installation is almost complete. Now we have to choose finish button. Okay, you can reboot this time or you can reboot later, right? You click on I want to manually reboot later and then click on finish button. Okay, now this is clear. Now you can see the Pycharm community shortcut is there on the desktop. Now you can directly launch the software from this icon. So you double click on that, right? Then you click on checkbox and then continue, isn't it? When you click on continue, you can see automatically Pycharm community version screen will be there, and it is, we have downloaded from which website? JetBrains. So you can see there is a name JetBrains in the covering page. So automatically after some time, it will take little time to open. After some time, automatically the Pycharm, editor will be open, and then we can start our programming, isn't it? By clicking on new project. Now these are the things which you have to, clearly understand. You have to use the basic interpreter here. It is very important to give the path like this. If you have not installed Python in your system, you can't run Pycharm because Pycharm requires a Python edit. So you have to install Python first, then you can use Pycharm. Pycharm is a editor for Python software. You can edit software there easily. There are inbuilt codes are there. It is very easy for the programmers to do the programming. It is not for the beginners because beginners have to learn each code, but a programmer has to, you can say rectify his knowledge, isn't it? So that's why we are saying that Pycharm is for the programmers because inbuilt codes are there, right? So we have selected the basic interpreter here. Now you can click. You have already chosen this. Now you can click the create button and you will click here. Once you will click, automatically the window will appear. This is the window for Pycharm. Now it's the window for starting our first program, isn't it? This is the first coming screen where we have to type the programs. Okay.